Hi guys and welcome to Odds on La Liga. Let's analyze with Álvaro Romeo the 10th match day of the Spanish competition, and we have Atletico de Madrid, Barcelona and Villarreal, Real Madrid. And remember, if you leave a comment in this video, you have the chance to win a £10 free bet with Novibet. Also, like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to our channel. And now, let's go on with the show. So this weekend, La Liga is back on the 10th match day, and we have many good games to analyze with Álvaro Romeo. Hello, Álvaro.
Hello, Edu. How are you, man?
I'm good. Better than Real Madrid in the past weekend. So let's analyze what we have ahead of this weekend, because there are very good games, especially two of them. We will see them later. But let's start with a game for relegation. Osasuna, Huesca. Osasuna doing, Álvaro, way better than their rival. They are 13th right now on the table with 10 points, although they lost the last two games, but against Atletico and Sevilla, that can happen. Huesca, on the other hand, they are really struggling. They are the worst team so far, and they have not won a single game. Álvaro, here, would you go for Osasuna?
I'm going for Osasuna, yes, Eduardo. I think that the home win is going to be paid 244 as it stands, and I think that is all right. So if you want to be conservative and put your money on Osasuna, go for it. I think that this game is going to be a low-scoring tally game, because both teams, they have scored 7 goals each. And Osasuna, they are not a bad team. They almost managed to draw against Sevilla. I think that this time they are going to win. Huesca, I know that they have started badly this season. Yes, Okazaki is back and he may play, but still, that is not enough, to cause any trouble to Osasuna. So I'm going for that one. Osasuna wins 244. And if you want to be a little bit more adventurous, and if you believe that Osasuna is going to not only win, but do very well against Huesca, go for the following. You can say that Osasuna wins both halves, and that gives you £9. And if you, for example, think that that's a good idea, I believe that that is a great game to put your money on this time.
Actually, we all expect not many goals in El Sadar. The odds for under 2.5 goals is only 1.6, so it pays way better the home victory for Osasuna. And another relegation battle we have is the following game on Saturday. In the afternoon, we have Levante, Elche. Levante really struggling this year. They used to be a good team with Paco Lopez. Also, Bardi was injured with Macedonia in this international break. Only 8 goals scored by the Valencia team, and this is a regional derby, Álvaro, against Elche, a team that I think no one expected to be that competitive so far. They have 11 points, and here is two favorite, I would say, Levante. The odds for the victory, something that I would not trust, is only 1.83.
Yes, I know. I think that Elche has been really good so far. They do very well in both boxes, They don't attack a lot, but then they have a great conversion of their chances. I think that they scored the 28% of their shots. That for Elche is very good. And then the goalkeeper, Edgar Badia, is the goalkeeper who does more saves in La Liga, and yet Elche is not conceding many goals. But I believe that at some point, all this fragile equilibrium that Elche has is going to break, and it's going to be this weekend. Levante was very good in their last game. Unfortunately, they didn't attack well, but they created many chances. And I remember that the captain Morales said that they are attacking with their heart, but they are not using their head well. They've got enough players who can score from many positions. Yes, the North Macedonian player Bardi is going to be out probably, because he's got a problem with his spinal disc. But at the same time, Levante needs the points, and I believe that they are going to win this game, and they are going to capitalize on Elche's many concessions. They let you score, they let you have the shots. So I'm going for Levante to win both halves with a 5.20. Levante winning the game is, for me, the most sensible thing to do this time, or the most sensible thing to believe.
The odds are, again, for Levante 1.83. In my opinion, is quite low. If you fancy Elche to get something, from Valencia. We have double chance right now on Expedia.com. Draw or victory for Elche is 2.19. If someone thinks that Elche can get points in Valencia. And we stay in the same region, going north to see one of the best games this weekend. We have Villarreal, Real Madrid. Villarreal, they've been impressive. I was criticizing Emery at the beginning of the season, but right now they have 4 consecutive victories, including the Europa League. The only defeat this season was against Barcelona. They got a great victory away in Getafe, always a very difficult ground. And Real Madrid, they lost in Valencia, conceding 3 penalties. Terrible performance of Zidane's men. But Alvaro, Real Madrid is like a roller coaster team. I don't know if you think they can, bounce back in La Liga, something that they really need. They are now 4th before playing a crucial game in the Champions League. We don't have to forget that against Inter Milan.
I know, and Real Madrid is a roller coaster now, but they weren't like this at the end of last season. They got 31 points from the last 33 to win the title, but I don't know what's happening this season. They've got a little bit of problems in every single department, and the rotations of Zidane are not working this season. That's factual, I think that the inertia after the October international break has been really bad. Only 3 wins, 1 draw, and 3 defeats. That's a lot for Real Madrid, and they have conceded in all those games. So this time, I believe that Villarreal can definitely get a point against Real Madrid. Villarreal, by the way, they have improved a lot since the defeat against Barcelona. Unai Emery has admitted that they learned a lot from that game in which at some point Barcelona had a counter-attack with 4 players and Villarreal had not midfielders left, which tells you that the team was broken in 2 pieces. Well, Villarreal is not that team that breaks in 2 pieces anymore, and I think that Real Madrid is in need to get a point. Villarreal can get a point against Real Madrid, so I'm going for a draw this time. A draw is paid 4.05, and I believe that this is a very sensible bet as well.
We have to tell our audience that they can check the odds also on live. So if they see that Zidane is gonna put in the pitch Marcelo and Isco, they can immediately on Villarreal, because every time these 2 players are in the lineup, Real Madrid lose. So that's a good fact for them if they want to trust the Villarreal. Both teams have actually very good odds, and it's going to be a very interesting game. The next one, we travel to Sevilla to see Sevilla Celta. I think Sevilla is struggling a lot to score goals and to win games in La Liga. At least they got the victory with the penalty scored by Ocampos before the international break. And they also have a very long trip ahead of them in the Champions League to Russia to face Krasnodar. And Celta, Alvaro, they just sacked their coach, the first team to do so in La Liga. And now it's time for Coudet, someone that I think we all had to Google him to know who was him. When he arrived to this hot bench here, Sevilla really favored 1.6 to win the game.
Yes, and I think that's right. I think that Sevilla is going to win. Chacho Coudet, a former Celta player who didn't play much for them, is the new manager of the team. He didn't have a lot of time to train with the players. Well, it's never a good idea or never good to start with the team when you don't have all your players available, and it is the international break, and Chacho Coudet didn't have the time to work with every player. But anyway, let's see how he does. I think that Sevilla is going to win this game. The win for Sevilla is a conservative bet, I know that, but if you want to be a little bit more adventurous, you can say that Sevilla can win both halves, in which case you will get 480 for the money you pay. So I think that that will be a very good bet. Not too adventurous, because I think that Celta at the minute they are in shambles, and Chacho Coudet, the new manager, has a very difficult task ahead of him.
Mm-hmm. You said it well. The conservative bet is back in Sevilla, and actually it's even more adventurous to think on the Asian handicap -1, for instance. If you think Sevilla is going to win comfortably, odds are now 2.19, but it's true that Sevilla is not winning comfortable in this La Liga, so better to stay safe probably and just back Lopetegui's men, and that's it. And the best game this weekend is Atletico de Madrid Barcelona. I think this could be the game where all the Atletico fans finally believe that they can actually win the title this year, because I really think so. Seeing how Real Madrid and Barcelona are behaving, Atletico is in a really, really good run so far, 4 consecutive victories in La Liga, and they are now third. But, Luis Suarez has corona, and Oblak is also doubtful for this game. And Barcelona, they finally got the victory against Betis after 4 winless games. Also, they have Busquets out. We already know that Ansu Fati is not going to play for the next 4 months. So here, difficult to call, no, for a winner, Álvaro?
Yeah, but I think that Atletico de Madrid has been better than Barcelona in La Liga. Forget about the Champions League for a second, all right? In La Liga, Atletico de Madrid and Barcelona, they have both played 7 games. Atletico has been 6 points better. Atletico doesn't concede many goals, we know that, but this season they have been hyperbolic when it comes to their defense. They have conceded only 2 goals. So I think that Atletico, at the minute, they are a more solid team. Barcelona is still work in progress. Ansu Fati was their best player. He won't be ready for the game. He won't be ready until February or March. And Lionel Messi will play the game after having traveled from South America. He's been in international duty. So I'm going for the following, Eduardo. I'm going for Barcelona to lose the game. Atletico is going to win it. And the odds for that is 3.13. Even more so, Atletico to win it 2-0 is 5.50, and I believe that this is a very interesting bet as well, because Barcelona is not scoring that many goals this season. Forget about the Champions League. Again, in La Liga they are having trouble to score, and we have seen it in games, for example, like against Alaves. So Atletico wins this game. This is my bet, and I'm going to stick to it.
Atletico, you said it, is being stronger than Barcelona. A good option here also is betting for Atletico Asian Handicap 0. We have odds around 2.2 on Oddspedia, so you get your money back if Atletico draws, but we win our bet if Atletico wins. This is a really, really good game. And on Sunday, we have Eibar Getafe. Getafe, they were doing pretty well, especially at home, but the last games, they are now 3 games without a victory after beating Barcelona. And Eibar, the same. They were able to beat Sevilla, but now they lost in Cadiz and drew against Huesca. Getafe, Álvaro, if someone wants to put their money on Getafe, they have not won on the road yet in this La Liga, and the odds are 2.38, so maybe it's not a good idea to trust these odds.
I don't know, because I think that Getafe are better than the table suggests. In fact, for example, against Valencia, they were this close to win the game at Mestalla, but they didn't win it because there was a last-minute penalty in the aggregate time that Carlos Soler managed to score. Then the week after, he scored 3 goals against Real Madrid from the penalty spot too. So I think that Getafe is going to win this game. They are a better team than Eibar. I know that Eibar always finds a way to stay in Primera Division. Well, but Getafe needs the points. They have been really unlucky in the counter-attacks against Villarreal. Some of the goals came after a counter from Villarreal, but Eibar doesn't have these great strikers to produce a good counter-attack and capitalize from it. So I'm going for Getafe to win this game. And I think that Getafe is going to win both halves, and that pays £9. This is an adventurous bet, I know, but I believe it's not too crazy.
Putting your money on them is 2.38, and whenever I see these 2 teams, I always check the under 2.5 goals market, but here they give us very little money, 1.46, so better to back Getafe if you agree with Álvaro that the Azulones are gonna win in the Basque Country. And the next game is the one of the leader. Amazing what Real Sociedad is doing. Manolo Alguacin and his men, and they travel to Cadiz, the revelation team so far in the season. Cadiz is 6 on the table. Real Sociedad is the first on the table with 20 points. 5 straight victories for the Basque Country team, and Cadiz have not gotten at home, Álvaro. So do you trust here Real Sociedad to get another victory?
Yes, I do. I think that there is a very good thing about Real Sociedad that has to be underlined here now. they are tremendously competitive and they are tremendously self-demanding. I remember that after beating AZ Alkmaar in the Europa League, Porto, one of their attacking players, was fuming and furious with himself because he missed few chances. You know, they want to wrap up the scoreline nicely and they want to score many goals, and when they produce many chances but they don't capitalize them, they are not happy. So I think that demand is very good for Real Sociedad. I know that Cadiz, they are not bad. They beat Real Madrid, as you will remember, Eduardo. They beat Athletic de Bilbao, among others. So, you know, they are capable, they are competitive, they got the composure, but still, Real Sociedad is a better team. Real Sociedad is in a good run, and I believe that they can qualify for the Champions League this season, if not more. Therefore, I'm going for Real Sociedad to win the game. They are going to win the first half, which is paid at 2.79, and if they win both halves, which is something that I believe can happen, you will get paid £7. So go for it. I think that Real Sociedad is going to win this game.
Okay. Again, for Real Sociedad, victory away is 2.16, and another, I would say, normal choice here would be relying on Granada, who are hosting Valladolid at home. Granada is a very reliable team in the last 2 seasons. They are now 5th in the table, especially at home, 3 victories, 1 draw. And Valladolid, they are struggling this season. They are in the second worst team in La Liga so far, 6 points, but they got the first victory against Athletic Club. I don't know if you think this can be a push for them, or Granada is too tough for Sergio's men.
I think Granada is too tough for them. Look, it's true that Granada lost a couple of weeks ago, but they had so many players out with COVID because there was an outbreak of COVID-19 in the squad. Well, all those players are recovered now, and we do know that Granada has a few international players on international duty now, 6 of them, but still, I think that they are better than Valladolid. Valladolid has conceded 14 goals, which is a lot. That tally is unacceptable if you want to stay in the top flight. So I think that Granada is going to win the game, and I'm going for the following. Granada winning 2-0 is 3.10, and I believe that is a good bet. And look, Granada is not a high-scoring team. However, Valladolid, they are so poor defensively that if you want to be a little bit more adventurous and go for an Asian handicap -2 for Granada this time is paid 10-10, which is something that I think that it's unlikely, but at the same time, Valladolid is so poor defensively that if Granada is going to defeat heavily any team, it's going to be this time against Valladolid.
Alvaro is always very adventurous, like people from the north of Spain, and he wants to risk a lot. And the last game on Sunday is precisely in the Basque Country. Deportivo Alaves face Valencia. This is a very difficult to call, I think, in the outright market. Actually, the odds are basically the same for Alaves victory or Valencia. We said it already, no? That Valencia was able to beat Real Madrid in a very, very strange game. And Alaves, they are improving a lot lately. Only 1 defeat in the last 5 games. Risky to say that Valencia can win in Mendizorroza, no, Álvaro?
It is risky. However, I chose this because, I don't trust Alaves that much. I know that they are an all-right team. I know that Maxim is an excellent manager who managed to keep Girona, managed to make Girona a competitive game. I think that Alaves, they have done recently very well with 2 draws and a win. They started the league very poorly and they are catching up. I know all that, but at the same time, there is a certain belief in Valencia that is very positive, and I didn't expect that from Javi Gracia's men, considering how bad the summer had been, considering how bad November had been. They sold Kondogbia at the end of October or at the beginning of November, and yet they managed to get a draw against Getafe. They managed to beat Real Madrid 4-1, and I know that there were many penalties involved in that game. But there is something nice, there is a positive feeling amongst Valencia right now because the young players, they are actually delivering. So I'm going for Valencia to win away, which is paid 280. And, Valencia has scored, I think, that 4 penalties in the last 2 games. If you want to go for the crazy start and you think, okay, Valencia is going to kick a penalty again and Soler is going to score it, well, go for Soler to score a penalty. It is paid 650, why not? But that is the crazy bet. The conservative bet that I will go for is Valencia winning away, is paid 280.
If you want to lower a little bit even more the odds and be more conservative, Asian handicap 0 for Valencia is 1.96. So if they draw, you get your money back, but if they win, you still win your bet. And the last game of the 10th match day brings us to San Mamés, Athletic Bilbao, Real Betis. Maybe this is the last game for Garitano. You will tell me, Alvaro, if Athletic is not winning this game. Now they are 14th in the table with only 9 points. In this international break, a lot of good names have been named, Pochettino, Marcelino, even Valverde, returning to La Catedral, and they face Betis, another roller coaster team. No draws for them so far in this season, 4 victories and 5 defeats. Here, Athletic favorite, curiously.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to go against the odds because I think that Athletic de Bilbao is in a poor run. The game against Valladolid was really hard to see because you can tell there that there is no quality to win the games. It's all about the spirit. It's all about trying to put intensity. And when the other team matches you with the spirit and intensity, Athletic de Bilbao normally doesn't win. So look, this time I'm going for Betis, and I'm going to be a little bit countercultural here because I know that Betis have conceded 17 goals, and at the same time I believe that they can get a clean sheet for the first time. For the first time in a long time at La Catedral, and a clean sheet is paid 340, and I think that Betis is going to win, and is going to win 2-0, so that is paid 525. Athletic de Bilbao has been a little bit in shambles recently. I know that the fan base, some people from the fan base, they sent some mariachis to Athletic de Bilbao headquarters just to ask for the manager to be sacked, which is something that I've never seen before in Bilbao. And yeah, that's a little bit the atmosphere right now in Bilbao. So as I said, it's a good time for Betis to get a win. And it's a roller coaster team, Betis. As you say, they haven't drawn this season, and this time they are going to win at La Catedral, unfortunately, but I believe that's going to happen.
Also here, the Asian handicap 0 for Betis is 2.28. So that could be an option if maybe Betis gets their first draw of the season. And now, Alvaro, the only thing missing here is your accumulator.
Yes, listen up. Levante is winning against Elche. Sevilla is beating Celta de Vigo. Atletico de Madrid is beating Barcelona. And Granada is beating Valladolid. That is my accumulator. If you put £1 for that, you will get 16.42.
Okay, it's good for home victories. We get all this money. Thank you, Alvaro, for analyzing with us this 10th match day of La Liga.
Thank you. A pleasure as usual, Edu.
You listen to Alvaro. He thinks that Atletico de Madrid is gonna win Barcelona in this amazing match that we have at Metropolitano. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section, and you will have the chance to win a £10 free bet with Novibet. Also, remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel, and click on the bell to get all the notifications. And you can listen to all our videos in our podcast. Next week, we will be back with more odds on La Liga.